Yeah, same.
And welcome back to the Dan and Brian Show on WICR Radio. It's been a while.
It has.
It's been a while, but happy to be
weeks.
back.
NBA is back.
NBA is back. We actually haven't talked since the NBA season has started. And I think our predictions for like what we thought would be the best team so far has looked correct, except for maybe the Warriors.
Yeah, right.
Right? So just got to get my charger out of here. We can get going. But so what are your big takeaways from so far at the beginning of the season?
I'd have to say, I mean, what I was most surprised with was how Trae Young was playing before he hurt himself. That was he was going on a tear. I really think he's going to be an all-star this year. From what I've seen, we have very small sample size, but
very small sample size,
he was doing very, very well.
Yeah, and it's not even like he was doing stuff that he wasn't like. He showed us flashes of this last year.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
It just showing us that like, okay, now I know what's going on. I know what the NBA is going to give me. I can work with it. So it's good stuff to see from him.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's just jump right into it. So I think our first topic for today is the top 5 most impressive teams. So who's at number 1 for you?
It's between the Lakers and Clippers. That's how it is for me.
Yeah, I mean those are 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's like 1A and 1B
1A,
type of
1B.
thing. You know,
I think it's kind of hard to tell because, like, my bias opinion, obviously, I'm going to give the Lakers the edge, but it's kind of hard because you don't know what the team looks like with Paul George yet.
Right. Yeah.
And that's very scary.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people are underestimating Kuzma coming back.
Oh yeah, he comes back tomorrow night.
Yeah, and that adds another easy 20 buckets. For you,
there's
no
their
problem.
Consistent third option.
Yeah,
and then who's going to stop him?
And who's going to stop him? And I think Rondo is also not as big as Kuzma coming back, but is also a huge.
Still
factor.
big. That's another facilitator, another playmaker they can have on the floor.
They literally have a point guard now.
Yeah.
Because
can you turn me up? Sorry, can you turn me up just like a little bit more?
Yeah.
Thanks. Test. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I can hear myself.
Yeah, it's really cool to see them all come back and see how they're going to do and the impact they're going to make. I think Kuzma is going to make a huge jump this year and surprise a lot of people.
Yeah, I think their season actually starts when Kuz gets back. I mean, they've been tearing it up already.
They've been tearing it up already.
AD with his 40 and 20 game.
Yeah, as I told you, and I haven't, told them, my dad was at the 40-20 game.
Yeah.
And my dad is not, for everyone who doesn't know, my dad is not a big NBA guy. Huge baseball guy, loves Giants football. Other than that, he's not, he doesn't really go into the NBA. He likes basketball, just not the NBA. He was on a business trip and he was with one of his customers and he turned to his customer that he was with and they're sitting very close to and he goes, probably midway through the game, goes, wow, this Davis guy is pretty good. And the guy goes, yeah, what are you talking about? He's like a top 3 player in the league. What are you talking about? Of course he's pretty good.
He's dropping Davis 40 guy, and 20. 40 and 20.
40, which hasn't been done in 16 years or something like that. Crazy. So yeah, that was insane. That just shows you why LeBron forced everyone out of LA.
Yeah, he had to do what he had to do.
And it just shows you okay, it was the right move. Because this is insane.
Yeah, there's no questions about it anymore. This is
going
to work out.
This is going to work.
The only thing that'll hinder them is if AD gets hurt. God forbid.
Gets hurt or LeBron gets hurt. You got to see if AD can carry it by himself.
Yeah.
So that's the 2 big factors. So a good question that I saw on First Take this morning actually is, do you think Anthony Davis is the best teammate LeBron James has ever had?
I saw this earlier too, and I think he fits the best with LeBron. I don't think he's the man.
It's hard because I think straight talent wise, I think if you take Prime AD, who I don't even think we've seen Prime AD.
Not yet. He's still 24?
Yeah, something like 25, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, still very young.
So I think if you take Prime AD and Prime D Wade, I think the bias opinion would be we would all take D Wade because we know what Prime D Wade was. It is a hard toss up. I think I don't think right now I don't think you can. That's just disrespect to Dwayne Wade that you say Anthony Davis is a better player.
Yeah, that's very
or
true.
like a better teammate because they won 2 championships together.
Oh yeah,
like you
I
can't
think
really.
like I would say Anthony Davis is the best fit LeBron's had in terms of like having the second superstar. He fits the best with how LeBron is.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously the 3 perfect people for LeBron James were Dwayne Wade, Kyrie Irving, and Anthony Davis. I think Kyrie is the best point guard person that could ever fit with LeBron James. He's a straight scorer.
Yep.
And that's perfect. Dwayne Wade, everyone didn't know if it would work, and that's what kind of lost them the finals and in 2011 was because they were both so ball dominant, and D Wade was like, this is my team, but LeBron was like, I'm so much better that you need to give me this team. So they were kind of clashing there. And then once they figured that out,
is that why LeBron didn't move off ball that whole series?
No.
Anyway, let's continue.
I'm not saying that that's why they lost. I'm saying, but that's a huge factor of why. I mean, we could say that with any 2 superstars that go together and play. I mean, you see James Harden, if Russell Westbrook has the ball, he's already headed back on defense.
That is true.
He's not even.
That was another get off topic. That was another impressive thing. Westbrook getting a triple double and Harden dropping 59.
Yeah, but I think that comes easy with when they both are not playing with each other. Like when they're playing with each other, if you actually watch the games, like you could see that when James Harden has the ball and is doing his thing, Westbrook's just kind of standing there, and maybe Westbrook's okay with that. But
that's what he does, though.
What do you mean by that?
Westbrook doesn't move off the ball. It's been like that since he was a rookie.
I mean, he's never had to move off the ball. He's always controlled the ball.
That is a very fair point. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. When you have a 34 usage percentage, it's hard to move off the ball.
He never didn't have the ball. Like even with KD was moving off the ball, and Westbrook was the guy. Like Westbrook was not the guy, but like the point guard. And,
the facilitator.
But yeah, it's just going to interesting to see how this all plays, and like because they can drop as many 60-point and triple double games as they want. It doesn't mean anything in the playoffs.
Yeah,
and they only happen in the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. And they only won that game by 1 point. So that just shows like
so
you can go off.
Like you could go off, but like it comes down to like team basketball. It all comes down to a team sport.
Exactly.
So yeah, Lakers and Clippers, we have 1 and 2. 3, I would say the 76ers are playing very, very well.
Right, yeah.
Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons looks great. He hasn't shot anything yet, but like I don't even care about that.
They're winning.
Yeah. And he's playing phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they get a shot, JJ Redick's a huge loss from them.
Yeah. Yep.
Huge loss from them. Al Horford's a great pickup for them, but they are still missing a knockdown shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Like just somebody Ben Simmons can facilitate to, and that's going in. So we'll see what happens with that, and we'll see if they can get a shooter by the trade deadline. But if they can get a JJ Redick type person,
they're set.
I think they're winning the East, no doubt.
I agree. Yeah. I think as it is, they'll probably get the East.
Yeah.
But I think if they get a shooter,
easier.
Yeah. Like I think the Bucks could take them to 7 in like the Eastern Conference Finals, but I think if they add a shooter, it's over in like 5 or 6.
Also, I think so. I haven't seen the Bucks that much this season. I haven't like watched their games.
Yeah, I've seen like I watched like 5 minutes of their opener, but
so I think they're just the same team that they were last year. You know, it's nothing new, nothing exciting. But I have a strong suspicion that I never thought Giannis was going to leave, but I think he's going to leave by the time his contract is done.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I think he's going to go to the Warriors next year.
Warriors, yeah.
I think when the Warriors end up with like a top 10 draft pick or something, and then they traded that and D'Angelo Russell for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah.
And then you have the dynasty back.
Yeah. If hopefully they don't, that's what they got to kind of decide, because like you also have a lot of teams like kind of being like, we'll give you some pieces for D'Angelo Russell. Because like they could potentially get a bet. Like they're not like deep at all.
They have no depth.
No depth at all.
No depth.
So like if they make a trade for D'Angelo Russell, I think they would fill out their bench. Like they would be
that could be the better thing to do.
Yeah, give me a bunch of role players.
Come to think of it, that would be the better thing.
And then Giannis would come either in a trade or he would just become a free agent and go there.
Yeah.
So that would be scary. But so biggest factor with the Warriors is Steph was in the game and healthy. Now Steph got hurt. Now it's kind of just a thrown season. Maybe like he could
this is it for them.
Yeah. So like that's what the kind of feeling around the Warriors is right now. But the thing with the Warriors is that they were losing 43-14 to the Suns while Steph was playing and fully healthy.
Yeah, that was a very interesting game. I did watch that. That game was,
and that's probably one of the most surprising teams that have popped up this year is the Suns.
I would agree. Yeah,
because one, Monty Williams is a genius. Their new coach, he's a genius. I love him. Devin Booker's taking it to another level. No one can right now.
Points
no
and
one
assists.
Can stop him.
He's getting like 8 assists a game right now.
Yeah, no one can stop him. Ricky Rubio, he finally has a point guard, like a real point guard that knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And DeAndre Ayton was playing great until, he got suspended. But
he's out for a couple months, right?
25 games, yeah.
Oh, 25. Okay.
Yeah, so he's out for a while, but
yeah, that's a shame.
But as long as they can play well and see, like that's the thing, do Tank get another high draft pick for them? But it's kind of hard,
Yeah, like do you want to tank, do what you've been doing for the past 2 years, or just have one season of like moderate success compared to what you've been?
Because like I think if they were in the East right now, they're an 8th seed. I think so.
Yeah,
and
I can't really think of other teams.
I was talking earlier with the Iona basketball players, and we were all talking, and we were like, oh, they're playing really well. They have a good coach. They have good players. Like they have good names. Like, could they sneak into the A seed? And we're just like, nah, the West is too dominant. It's like the Mavs are there, like Jazz, Nuggets,
that's another team,
but it's them going into the East. It kind of makes it more open. It's like, they can maybe beat Orlando out for.
I was gonna say, I was gonna say, I don't think the Magic are better than them at this point in the season.
At this point in the season, now again, it's 3 games, so we're not going too crazy.
We don't know. Aaron Gordon could start dropping 30 points and 15 boards.
Yeah, we'll see. So yeah, those teams. So we have the Lakers, Clippers, Warriors were out of our top 5.
For sure.
Sixers are in there. I'm trying to think, like Bucks are probably in there somewhere.
They're
like
up
top team in the East.
Yeah, and if Jamal Murray does eventually take the next step and become Jokic's second star, if that does happen this season, which we haven't seen yet, but if it does, then I think the Nuggets are serious contenders. Serious contenders.
Yeah, they're scary.
Yep.
I've been a little disappointed in Mike Conley.
Oh my gosh. He started the season shooting 20% from the field.
I think it will pick up. I think he's in a new team. I think it's a new system.
He hit 5 threes last game.
Yeah, so I think it will pick up, but he just needs to do it consistently.
Yeah. Man.
And then that's another team that if he starts playing consistently, Donovan Mitchell does what he does, then that's another team that could be a contender. So
that was embarrassing the way he started the season. I'm pretty sure his he shot like 8 for 40 on his first 40 shots.
Really?
Yeah, or first 48 shots. Like, you can't.
That's crazy.
You're an NBA point guard.
Yeah.
But so I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. Any other teams? How are your Spurs doing?
It's over. It's sad, but I don't want to say it's over because I do like Derek White a lot, and DeJounte Murray is playing like a defensive player of the year candidate. And Bryn Forbes is I think he has like 13 a night right now for the first few games. But if the bigs start doing what they do, like if Paletti starts playing really well, and if LaMarcus Aldridge can hold his own, then I think they could slip into the playoffs. But I think it would be like a really big fight. Like I think it would be one of those things like how it was with the Timberwolves and the Nuggets a couple seasons ago, where they had to play it out in the last game. I think if we do get into the playoffs, it'll probably be a scenario like that. But they're still fun to watch though. I love watching Bryn Forbes. I love watching Derek White. And even DeRozan. Like DeRozan's been playing well, but I'm pretty sure he's going to leave with his contract. So
I think he is too. It's kind of interesting. I think it's a weird spot that they're in. Because like they're, again, like you said, like contenders for the 8th seed, but they're not doing anything after that. But the Spurs have never been an organization where, all right, we're blowing up the entire team.
Oh yeah, that's not going to happen, especially not as Pop approaches the later years. They're not going to tank at all while he's still coaching.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying if, let's say, Pop leaves after the season.
Oh, then they probably blow it up.
Right?
Then they probably tank. Yeah,
that's what I would think.
Yeah.
It's
gonna be a tough day when that happens. Seeing the
Yes.
Spurs tank. It's
Seeing the
like
Spurs,
seeing the
like,
Yankees tank.
well, yeah, exactly. But like even with the Yankees, like they blew up their team kind of, but then they had such good prospects. Now it's different
Exactly.
with basketball.
Yeah, the Yankees are a completely different story because in the
it was
MLB,
like a tank, but like within two
they
seasons
had
they were
Aaron
back.
Judge,
Yeah,
Torres,
within
and
2
Duhar.
seasons
They
they were
had
back.
some
Yeah.
superstars in their farm system, and that's why it's like so different from any other sport.
Yeah.
Because you have like
Because
these
you have
players that are just waiting.
So many players that are
Yeah.
like MLB ready,
Mhm.
just waiting in
Yeah.
your farm system.
Oh yeah.
waiting to-
Speaking of MLB, I want to talk about Game 7 last night. I don't know if you watched any of it, but it was one of the best baseball games I've seen in several years. It was very good. I really thought the Astros were going to take it home. I thought there was no way they're hitting Greinke. I didn't think they were going to beat Verlander yesterday. I thought there was no way they hit Verlander twice.
was wrong.
But that team has no quit in them. They remind me a lot. If I had to compare them to like a basketball team, I'd say they remind me of what the Clippers were last year. But like to put into like basketball terms, this would be like if the Clippers like won a championship last year.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's amazing. Congrats to National fans.
Strasburg got the
everywhere.
MVP. I personally think Juan Soto deserved it because at 20 years old, the things that he did in the World Series were incredible.
Crazy, yeah.
But Strasburg pitched a gem in Game 6. It was really beautiful to watch. So, congrats to the Nationals on winning their first championship.
Great. Yeah, first championship ever.
Mhm.
It's awesome.
Second championship for the city of Washington D.C. Or
Who's the
what
other?
is Washington D.C.? Is it a state?
No, it's not a state. It's District of Columbia. It's not considered a state. It's all right. A little history lesson there.
Yeah.
A little government lesson. Okay, so let's go into the top 5 most impressive players that we've seen this season so far.
Okay.
I think number 1 is Anthony Davis because he finally like came back and showed everyone like I'm Anthony. Like this is
He's
what
the
I
best
do.
big in the league.
He's the best big in the league by far.
Excuse me. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I think Kawhi is also showing like it doesn't matter what team I'm playing. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna drop 30. I'm gonna block
he's
people
gonna do his
down.
thing. A name I have that might surprise you.
Okay.
Kevin Love had 20 rebounds yesterday to
Oh,
go along
really?
with 17
I
points.
didn't even see that.
He's been I mean the only reason I know this, I'm not like a Cavaliers fan, he's on my fantasy team, but he's been getting, I know he got 16 boards the game before that. He got 15 boards the game before that. So he's playing
he's still
very,
like
very well.
What? 2018, he was an all-star.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot
literally-
he was an all-star.
Yeah,
he's
he just
very,
got hurt,
very
so he
good.
couldn't play.
Mhm.
But he was literally an all-star, and that's why I hope he doesn't I hope the Cavs trade. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because he's just such an injury-prone player. But I mean, I love Kevin Love, and I wish he would go to Portland or something like that. And
Can you imagine if he
that'd
went
be
to the
crazy.
Trailblazers? Yeah, that'd be a very
Crazy.
good team. He would fit perfect with Dame and CJ.
them. I think that's the perfect. But I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
No.
Kyrie has been playing very well.
Yeah,
And
the Nets have been losing, but he's been
playing very well. And this is not a season where the Nets know they're going to do anything.
Yeah, this is not a championship season. They're not expecting. anything.
And I think if Kyrie shows a little bit of leadership and hey, I'm going to bring us to the second round of the playoffs, as just me, and I can get us let's say they get to the second round of the playoffs, and then you add Kevin Durant.
That's a final strip.
That's a final strip, easy, especially in the East, easy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Devin Booker, as we said, has been playing crazy.
Very well.
Karl Anthony Towns has been playing very well. There's a lot of people who are just kind of catching fire. Tyler Hero, who I remember saying in this show, he's a sleeper for the Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
And he's showing that he's a sleeper for the Rookie of the Year because he's balling right now.
Yeah. He's very good.
He's very good.
Still hold true. He's shown already he's the best shooter in the draft.
Oh, easy.
Already, yeah.
Oh, yeah, easy. He's very, very good. Not Chris Nunn. Nunn from the Rookie, or not the Rookie. He's also paired with Tyler Hero on the Heat.
What's
He's
his
the
name?
point guard. Kendrick Nunn. You haven't heard about him?
No.
Oh, he's averaging
no clue.
He's averaging 29 right now.
Really?
In 3 games for the Heat. Oh yeah, he's going off.
Huh.
Oh yeah, he's going
Wow, yeah, I'll
crazy
check
right
him
now.
out.
Kendrick Nunn. He was
He's a rookie this year?
No. He was on the Warriors last year and was back and forth through the G League. And then they released him and the Heat picked him up. He went off for 30 in preseason for the Heat and then came into the season and has been averaging anywhere from 26 to 29 points for the Heat.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's starting and
man.
everything. He's going crazy. Yeah, he's going.
That's
crazy.
big for them. I saw some
Big for them.
graphic that the Heat, I forgot what it was, for the past like 2 games they've had 10 different players in double digits, or not
Yeah.
not double digits, 20 points.
20 points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, yeah. Because Tyler Hero is a huge person off the bench.
Yep.
You still have Dragic off the bench.
Yep.
Jimmy Butler didn't play for the first 2 games and then played for the 3rd game. And he came in right, fit him perfectly. I was watching that game, fit him perfectly. And it didn't even seem like he was kind of like ball dominant. He was kind of like letting all these guys like go off, and he was just like, hey, if you get stuck, give me the ball. But like other than that, like Kendrick Nunn, I'm telling you, you gotta look him up. He's nasty.
I will, for sure.
Nasty.
For sure.
Tyler Hero, Dragic, Winslow.
He's a beast.
Yeah, he's a beast. They have a lot of players there. They're definitely a playoff team in the East.
Yeah, definitely.
Easily. You know what? We could take a little break right now, and then
Sure.
we will come back and continue this.